Hi guys, it's Summer. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to click on today's video. In today's video, we are going to be setting up my budget categories for 2023. If you are new, welcome. My name is Summer and I'm currently on a financial journey to pay off all of my debt while saving money at the same time. Here on my channel, I am documenting my financial journey to financial freedom, and I make videos on how to save money, how to create a budget, sinking funds, and pretty much anything budget related. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and joining me for another video. So I am really looking forward to this as we are ending 2022. I've been doing a lot of reflecting on what's been working in my budget, what has not been working in my budget, things that I would like to change for 2023, as well as my 2023 financial goals. So in today's video, we are going to be setting up my budget categories using this budget organizer from the Budget Mom. It is in her free resource library if you are interested in doing it. Last year, I did set up my budget categories as well. However, this year I do want to condense my budget categories. I don't want to have as many. Here is a look at my budget categories from last year, and there was 4, 8, 12, 16, 18 budget categories. And this year I do want to go from 18 down to 12. That is one thing when you are doing your budget. If you're new to budgeting, things are going to constantly be changing. Budgeting is kind of like, I like to refer to it like teaching. My lesson plans are changing each year. My lessons are changing and I'm making improvements and just reflecting on what worked, what didn't work, and things that I can do better to improve the learning for my students. I'm definitely not one of those teachers that does the same thing every year and just go over to my filing cabinet. So I like to think of that kind of like my budget. It's something that's constantly changing that I'm making changes to. So let's go ahead and set up our budget category organizer. To save time, I did go ahead and list all of the categories that I plan to use for 2023, and I did color code it with a highlighter. If you are new to budgeting, one thing that is really useful is the highlighter method. So when you're tracking your expenses, each expense needs to go into a category and you highlight it with a certain color, and then at the end of the month you total up all of your categories. That way you can see how much of your money is going towards debt, food, housing, etc. So I did go ahead and write down my categories and I gave each category a color. So let's go ahead and fill in what our categories are going to include. Just to start this video off with, I do want to let you guys know that everyone will categorize their spending differently, and your spending will be unique to you. I'm going to be sharing with you the categories that I plan to use for 2023 as a guideline or example for you. You can use some of these same categories or you can tweak it to make it fit your needs. So for me, the first category that I'm going to be having is debt. For me, debt is going to include credit cards, student loans, and installments. So installments are kind of anything where you're on like a payment plan. So I do have Affirm for my Peloton spin bike. It has 0% interest and I do have monthly installments. So that is going to be under that. These are the three that I'm going to include for my debt. I do not have any medical bills or personal loans, so I'm not going to include that in debt. However, if you have personal loans or medical bills or any other financial agreements, you can include that in your debt section. The next category that I'm going to have in my budget is my food category. My food category is going to include groceries, eating out, coffee, and my son's school lunch. My next category is going to be housing. My housing category is going to include my mortgage, home repairs, property taxes, home improvements, my homeowner's insurance, my HOA. I'm gonna put house cleaning. Last year I did have a housing category and a household category. This year I'm just going to put those two into one category, and it's just going to be called my housing category. My utilities is going to include my gas bill, trash, internet, phone, water, electricity. That's going to be my utilities. I don't have cable, but if you had cable, it could go in the utilities category. My next category is going to be my savings. My savings category is going to include saving challenges, sinking funds, short-term savings, and I'm also going to put investments under my savings. My next category is going to be transportation. My transportation category is going to include my auto insurance, gas for my car payment, car maintenance, parking, or any other vehicle fees that I might have. Medical is going to include my copays, medications, dental, I guess vision. My son does wear glasses, so sometimes he needs new glasses. Anything health related, I'm gonna put in therapy. My next category is personal care. Personal care is going to include salon cost, hair products, anything personal hygiene, gym membership, shoes for myself, or clothes for myself. The next category I'm going to have is for Jaden, who is my son. This category is going to include all of his fees for sports, his piano lessons, his clothing / shoes, school supplies, school activities. My next category is going to be my entertainment category. That's going to include vacations, any crafts or hobbies, donations or giving, parties. I'm going to go ahead and put movies under that as well, concerts. The work / business category is going to include professional clothing that I might need for work, fees. Sometimes I have to renew my teaching credential every few years. I'm going to put fees / licensing, work equipment, education fees. And then my last category is going to be my miscellaneous category. My miscellaneous category is going to cover my pet care / supplies. It's going to cover computer or electronics, and then small unplanned expenses. Well, there is a look at my budget categories for 2023. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful. Have you created your budget categories for 2023? If you have, I would love to hear how many budget categories you are going to have. Are you someone that likes to have a lot of categories, or do you like to have very minimum categories? For me, when I first started, I had a lot of budget categories, and now I'm going into my third year of budgeting, and I'm really wanting to condense my budget categories. That way it just makes tracking a lot easier. But I know for some people they do prefer to have a groceries category and then a separate eating out category. I just like to lump all of my food into one category. So that's a good thing about budgeting. It is personal and you just have to do what works for you, and what works one year might not work the next year. I'm not sure if you guys can hear all of that noise outside. They are doing some construction outside. I do live in an HOA, so they sometimes will have different projects going on. So it looks like right now they are fixing some things around the property, as well as there is some tree trimming going on and some other landscape things. So I apologize if you guys can hear all of that noise outside. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up and definitely consider hitting that subscribe button to join me on my financial journey. I would love to have you become a part of the family. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. I really hope that you guys have an amazing day. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It definitely does help out my channel, and I truly appreciate your support.